Hello and welcome to the 9th edition of the Jupiler Pro League International Highlights magazine. On game day night, Antwerp hosted Seraing, OHL travelled to Mechelen, so did Oostende to Cercle, Zulte Waregem welcomed Sint-Truiden, while Westerlo took a trip to Charleroi. Genk hosted Gent, and Eupen played home against Union. Standard Club de Brugge and Anderlecht Kortrijk rounded up this weekend's games. Stay put, all the highlights from game day 9 are coming to you.
Good evening to early arrivals. It's not a great night for sheet music or being outside whatsoever. Damp all day in Belgium. It's going to be like that all weekend by the looks of it. It will be Antwerp against Seraing coming up at the Boswell. Not a responsibility for staying straight away. And it has borne fruit for Toby Alderweireld. On the day of his Belgium call-up against Wales and the Netherlands next week in the Nations League. He's scored in 2 games going. Nice little knockdown. It was inviting, it was deflected. The shot by Gerkens in off Janssen. And Antwerp have a second. Ekkelenkamp with it! Off the crossbar and almost 3. Goalkeeper came and missed it, did Guillaume Deitch. But Seraing survive, and only just survive. Taken away by Antoine Bernier. It's a gorgeous chip forward, not down Gerkens. Miyoshi got the foot onto it twice. Wasn't the only one. Nice little stab by Gerkens at the edge of the area. Decent cross, Marius couldn't control first time. But Bernier's got Seraing back in the game. Their first attempt on target in the entire match. And their travelling dozens are satisfied. Nobody's scored more than Antwerp. They've got 21, which is the same now as RSC Genk in second place in the table. It's been all wins for Antwerp so far. So assured. That's a really good save to deny Stengs by Deitch. Antwerp keen, just as they were at the start of the game. Nice move. Threaded through well by Ekkelenkamp for Miyoshi. Stengs met that well. Finds. Good potential for Janssen down the middle. Miyoshi won it back and won it back well. Great chance, Ekkelenkamp side netting. Antwerp determined to put the game to bed as early as possible. Forward by Nainggolan, cracking ball. Brilliant for Fischer, who didn't quite have the control. Danish international just missed out with the chest. Rebounded invitingly. Didn't find Stengs. Did find Janssen. Couldn't find the target. Antwerp keep on making history. 9 wins at the start of the season. 27 points out of 27. 10 league wins in a row for the first time. The final round of games in the Belgian Pro League before the international break, and it's potentially a significant early day in the title race. First of all, the last 2 cup winners face off, and both have won the league in the past 8 seasons. From the Genk Arena, it's RSC Genk against Gent. Castromontes on the charge, and Ruff's given it away. And it was a good recovery by Van der Vaart. Almost a catastrophic error. Nice ball on Uwachu. Couldn't connect properly. Nor there. Vital stop by Taruna Riga. Onuachu set for his first goal of the season. Mike Trezor can end the first half on the offensive. Artega, chance of the cross. Preciado up for it, got a good head to it too! Tremendous save by Davy Ruff. Trezor. Genk finishing very strongly. The best chance of the game. Trezor. Didn't quite fall for Rozovsky. It's 0-0 at half-time. That was called off, and look who's won it. Great opening here. Kuipers through. Good recovery, Cuesta. Redemption. Kuipers has had a spectacular goal-scoring season so far. Mike Trezor. Space here for El Khanous! So close. Magnificent opening. In by Mike Trezor, looking for the flick on to win it! Brian Aiden is captain fantastic! In the 90th minute, Genk hit the front. Brian Hayden. Hey now, don't dream it's over. It wasn't for Genk. Brilliant delivery by Mike Trezor. You'd expect nothing less, and a fine glancing header by Aynan. Genk keep on winning. 7 wins of the last 9 to match their last 2 title-winning seasons. Those campaigns didn't have Antwerp winning their first 9 in a row. But right now we've got 2 title contenders emerging. And Genk have really had to tough this one out. It's a venue that Club Brugge generally have a fiendish time at. They've not won here since 2017. Couple of 2-2 draws last season. A 1-0 win for Standard in the Cup semi-final here the season before that, when Jackson Maleka got the winner and Kosanu was sent off. Here comes Amala. Great break, brilliant strike. Just glided through the Club Brugge defence in a way that nobody's done this year. But he's shown the way to go. Here's De Waal. I was worrying about Tejon Buchanan. There is a word that he may be back in a fortnight. That's not a bad try! That's a beauty! And again, Club stood off! A zinger from Zinkernagel. Welcome to Liège. If you didn't catch yesterday's results, at 0-0 between Mechelen and Leuven, but plenty of goals around elsewhere. It's been brought forward here by Zinkernagel. It's already got the opener here today. Fancies another. Magnificent. Philip Zinkernagel has written himself all over this fixture. The biggest one of the season for Standard Liège. And they lead the champions by 2. Good header. Well, Van Aken may well be entitled to stick there in the centre for now. He's had a couple of good opportunities from headers. Here's Osher Davide, the new arrival, signing from Hapoel Tel Aviv. He fancies a go too! And Mignolet equal to push it away as Club were opening up ahead of him too. And that would have wrapped it up with 10 minutes to go. Play's allowed to continue here. Here's Onyedika out wide towards Skov Olsen. Went for it himself. Good stop, Bodar. First attempt on target in the game for Club Brugge. Comes with 6 minutes to go. It was very well won by Onyedika, but down went to Mala. No free kick. He was expecting it. Oostende loving every single second of this, and why not? Here goes another great break. It's 3. Balikwisha. Dreamland for Stade Liège. The Ronnie revolution. It is happening. The first time they've scored 3 since last Christmas. And it feels like it now. Balikwisha's first goal of the season, and it's only come against the champions. He was outnumbered, Amala, still kept going. Bedlam! Stade Liège beat Club Brugge by 3, and they were great value for it. Sinkernagel with 2, both beauties. William Balikwisha getting the 3rd in stoppage time and then picking up his 2nd yellow card for taking his shirt off.
OHL is having a good start of the season, and facing Mechelen at home should have been a good opportunity to rack up points. The visitors are not being very consistent this season. And after 14 minutes, the game seems to start for good, with this good assist from Scofs to Ngoy, who scores. Or maybe not. The VAR is there, and the VAR will cancel the goal for an offside position. 3 minutes later, after a good rush on the left side, Tamari opens the score. So he thinks, but again, the VAR will cancel it. Offside again. 8 minutes before the break, a nice move from Torsteinsson on the left. Check the nutmeg on Van der Leyde. He tries his luck, but it's not on target. Nice technical move though. Bad news for Mechelen. Da Cruz goes too hard with his tackle on Martens. The ref shows him the red card. Da Cruz gets an early shower, and Mechelen is down to 10 men for the second half. Eight minutes before the end, another one bites the dust for Mechelen. Buys gets a 2nd yellow card for protesting. And as a result, he is also sent off. And in the last minute, Gonzalez falls into the box, but the ref does not see it as the rest of OHL's team, and it's no penalty. A very poor game, but OHL stays in the top 4, while Mechelen goes down 1 step in the standings. Cercle already are navigating deep in the red zone and needed a win at home against Oostende, who are not doing so great either. After 31 minutes, first warning for Oostende. Hannes van der Bruggen launches a powerful shot that crashes against the bar. Did the ball fall before or after the goal line? We won't know, but an offside position was also spotted by the assistant. 5 minutes later, Hotic dribbles inside the box. Medley sticks his leg out and Hotic dives. The ref and the VAR are sync on the decision. Penalty it is. Denki is the designated shooter, but Hubert chooses the right side and saves it. Moments after the missed penalty, Denki gets it right this time. On a corner kick, Popovic heads it towards Denki, who scores. 1-0, a deserved lead for Cercle. Five minutes later, Hotic is again directing the offense. Then Van der Bruggen with a smart through ball towards Ueda, who can put it past Hubert. It's 2-0. After 72 minutes, the ball goes to De Koster's arm. He's in the box, but at first the ref lets it go. But the VAR calls it and grants a penalty to Oostende. Ambrose goes to shoot it, but he misses it. Sakamoto is there on the rebound and can give it back to Ambrose. And this time, it's Sin. 2-1. Eight minutes later, it will be a penalty again for Oostende. Ambrose rushes in the box. And De Koster brings him down. No hesitation there. This time, Ambrose scores directly and gives the equalizer to Oostende, 2-2. A draw which is not satisfying for Cercle, who could and should have won the game. They get out of the last position at least. Zulte Waregem are already in trouble and deep in the red zone. They were facing Sint-Truiden, who are alternating the best and the worst. The locals hoped their opponents were in the later state. But after barely a minute, their hopes are fading. On a corner kick, Bruno deflects the ball in the goal to make it 0-1. A quick goal against his former team. It gets worse for Zulte Waregem. After 18 minutes, Ramirez goes full force on Boya, and the consequence is clear: a red card and a man less for the locals. But 4 minutes later, Zulte Waregem is granted a gift by Schmidt. The goalkeeper literally gives the ball to Fadera, but he redeems himself with a fantastic save, the kind of opportunity the home team cannot afford to miss. Five minutes after the break, Sint-Truiden's Japanese connection strikes again. It starts with Bruls, then Koita gets the ball back and dribbles before finding Okazaki, who heads it in. 0-2. Six minutes later, Lopez is too late on his challenge on Boya. And the penalty is granted to Sint-Truiden. Bruno gets ready. And Bossut chooses the wrong side. It's a brace for Bruno and 0-3 for the visitors. Five minutes before the end, Bruno could have made it worse for his former team. Ashioka with a nice move. He sees Bruno left alone in the box. But the shot is too weak and Bossut gets it. Not a good evening for Zulte Waregem, who are now last in the standings, while Sint-Truiden is in the top 10. Charleroi haven't found their cruising speed yet, and Westerlo bounced back last week after 3 losses in a row. The Zebras had to win at home, but the opponent has already shown some good things since their return to First Division this season. But the locals are the first on the job. The pass from Reynolds to Bolat is one for the blunders. Heymans intercepts it and finds Zorgan, who can shoot. But with a desperate tackle, Segers blocks it. Reynolds is going to redeem, and what a way to do so. First, De Kuiper dribbles 2 players and offers the ball to Reynolds, who opens the score. 0-1. Seven minutes later, De Kuiper is leading a flaming counter-attack. He leans on Foster and places the ball out of Coffey's reach. 0-2. It takes 25 minutes for Charleroi to recover after this double punch. A nice move between Nkuba and Zorgan to start with, then a good pass to Mbenza, left alone in front of the goal, and it's 1-2. The decision will come at the very end of the game, 2 minutes before the end. A corner kick by Morioka finds Badji, who heads it in. 2-2. But seconds later, a counter-attack led full speed by Perdikidze, relayed by Fixel, and finally, Kian Vassen, who came in 20 minutes earlier, gives the lead back to Westerlo. It's 2-3. The score won't change and Westerlo get a precious second win in a row, while Charleroi is back to doubting. Union is doing better on the European scene than in the national competition lately, and a game in Eupen was a good opportunity to gain back some confidence on the domestic stage against a local team in difficulty. And Union takes a great start. Moser is not dominant in his duel with Boniface. The ball gets to Lapoussin, who puts his over goal. Six minutes later, Thomas crosses to Adingra, who sets up a beautiful lob over Moser, but the goal is cancelled due to an offside position. Oh wait, the VAR comes in and validates the goal. It's 0-1. Seven minutes later, Peters almost gets the equalizer, but Morris is right there with a great save. But 2 minutes after this comes the equalizer, a great corner kick from Nuhu, finds Lambert who heads it in, 1-1. First half was fun, the second will be less entertaining. This time Moser keeps Eupen safe with a fantastic save on this try from Linnen. The cross came from Lapoussin and François cannot score on the rebound. Union will prevail in the additional time. Free kick from Linnen. Van der Eyden heads it towards Boniface, who manages to score 1-2. What a cold shower for Eupen. Union gets the win and stays in the top 6. Anderlecht stayed on 4 games in a row without a win, and the best tribute to Michel Verschuren, their former manager who just passed away, was without a doubt to get a convincing win. And after 20 minutes, the tone is set. A very patiently built offensive move ends up with a volley from Vertonghen. It goes just off target. Six minutes later, De Bast will find Murillo, who heads it directly to Verskalen, who puts it in. It's 1-0. After almost an hour played, a corner kick by Refailov finds Murillo with yet again another good head pass to Ashimero this time. He was left all alone and he easily scores 2-0. But 2 minutes later, Kortrijk put a bit of suspense back into the game. Corner kick. Hood heads the ball towards his own goal. The ball is deflected by Selemani. And it's 2-1. And another 2 minutes later, the free kick by Refailov is perfectly set for Vertonghen, who heads it in. His first goal for Anderlecht, 3-1. And after another 9 minutes, it's a penalty for Anderlecht. Mr. Verbomen does not grant it to Rafaelov at first, but he gets a call from the VAR. And penalty it is. Rafaelov shoots it. And he scores. That's 4-1 and 4 goals in 14 minutes. Final score, a good win, and the end of a losing streak for Anderlecht that was starting to be too long. And here are all the results for game day 9. 9 wins in 9 games for Antwerp. OHL and Mechelen drew, so did Cercle and Oostende. Sint-Truiden got an important win away in Zulte Waregem, and Charleroi lost at home against Westerlo. On Sunday, wins for Genk against Gent and for Union in Eupen. Club Brugge got dealt a painful and surprising loss by Standard, and Anderlecht easily won against Kortrijk. In the standings, Antwerp is sole leader of the competition with nothing but wins. Genk is second and Club Brugge third. Eupen, Seraing, Cercle and Zulte Waregem are in troubled waters. Thanks for watching. See you next week for Game Day 10 of the Jupiler Pro League.